Welcome to Lesson 5 of the Everyday English Speaking course. Today we're going to talk about hobbies. The word hobby refers to an activity or interest that you do for pleasure or relaxation. Conversation number 1. Talking about hobbies. Ron and Eileen are getting to know each other on a first date. Listen to each of them ask and answer questions about their hobbies.
So, what do you like to do in your free time? Do you have any hobbies?
I'm really into rock climbing. I go up to the mountains every chance I can get.
Rock climbing? Wow! How long have you been doing that?
About 5 years. My college roommate introduced me to it. Unfortunately, I've been super busy these days, and I haven't been able to do much climbing, so I go jogging to stay in shape. How about you? Do you play any sports?
No, I'm not very athletic. I work out at the gym once in a while. I spend a lot of time reading, and I'm interested in photography. But actually, my newest passion is gardening.
Really? How'd you get into gardening?
I read an article that piqued my interest about how homegrown vegetables are much healthier than what you buy in the supermarket, so I decided to give it a try.
No kidding. Well, I don't have a garden, but I have been getting into cooking and baking lately. I'm not very good at it, but it is fun to experiment. Conversation vocabulary and phrases. Ron starts by asking Eileen about her hobbies. Here are a few ways to ask this question. What are your hobbies? Or, do you have any hobbies? What do you do in your spare time or free time? What do you like to do for fun? What do you like to do outside of work or school? To answer the question, you can say, I like reading, to read, or literature. I love painting, to paint, or art. I enjoy surfing. I'm really into photography, chess, or gardening. I'm interested in astronomy, cooking, or computers. Be careful not to say, I'm interesting in. The correct phrase is, I'm interested in. I spend a lot of time fishing. My newest passion is blogging, woodworking, or bird watching. After the words like and love, you can use the to form or the ing form of the verb, or you can use a noun. But after enjoy and in the other phrases, you can only use a noun or a verb in the ing form. For a hobby that you've started recently, you can say, I've been getting into cooking and baking lately. I've taken up sailing. There are hundreds and hundreds of hobbies, and you can read an extensive list by clicking the link in the lesson text. But here are a few of the most common. Common indoor hobbies are blogging and writing, baking and cooking. Baking is making bread, cake, muffins, cupcakes, cookies, etc. And cooking involves all other types of food. Collecting cards, coins, art, antiques, stamps, rocks, or vintage books, cars, or clothing. Vintage items are those of an old or classic style. Sewing, crocheting, or knitting. Drawing, painting, photography, and scrapbooking. Scrapbooking means arranging photos in a book in an artistic way with decorations. Tinkering with electronics or computers, and playing video games. Woodworking, meaning making things with wood. Here are some common outdoor and athletic hobbies. Bird watching, camping and hiking, gardening, fishing, and hunting, jogging, rock climbing, sailing, surfing, and water sports, skateboarding. Here are some ways to talk specifically about sports and music. Do you play any sports? Yes, I play baseball, for example. I do yoga, martial arts, or Pilates. No, I prefer working out at the gym. No, I'm not very athletic. No, but I love to watch. I'm a big fan of. And then say the name of the sport or team that you enjoy watching. Do you play a musical instrument? Yes, I play the guitar, for example. I've played the piano for several years. I'm taking lessons. I'm in a band. I sing in a choir. In the dialogue, there are 2 follow-up questions that you can use to ask for more information after the other person tells you their hobbies. You can say, "How'd you get into that?" This question means, how did you become interested in it? Here are some answers. I read an article or saw a TV show that piqued my interest. Piqued my interest means made me interested in learning more. I took a class. I just thought it'd be interesting to try it out. My friend introduced me to it, and I've been doing it ever since. Here's another question. How long have you been doing that? And here are some answers. I just started. For a few years. Use the word for plus a time period. Since I was a kid. Use the word since plus a point in the past. Ever since I was in college. Conversation number 2. Benefits of hobbies. Erica's wondering which new hobby to take up. Listen to her conversation with Natalie. Ever since I quit my job, I've had a lot of time on my hands. I really need to find a new hobby.
Well, what's something you've always wanted to try?
I'd love to learn how to dance, but I think I'm too shy.
Oh, don't let that stop you. If I had more free time, I'd definitely take dance classes.
So, what do you like to do for fun?
I've gotten into yoga. It's a great way to relieve stress and a fantastic workout. And I've always enjoyed writing, so I'm going to start a blog.
Oh, good for you. You know, I had a ton of hobbies when I was a kid. I used to collect coins, skateboard, play chess, but none of them really interest me anymore.
Hey, why don't you take up a craft like pottery, knitting, or jewelry making? It'd be fun, and you could even sell your creations to make a little money.
That's actually not a bad idea. I've always wanted to explore my artistic side. Conversation, vocabulary, and phrases. Erica starts out by saying she has a lot of time on her hands. That means she has a lot of free time with nothing to do. Here are a few more phrases for talking about present, past, and potential future hobbies. I have a lot of time on my hands. I need to find a hobby. I have a ton of different hobbies. A ton of means a very large number of. If I had more free time, I'd use this phrase for an imaginary situation. If I had more free time, I would. I'd like to try. Use this phrase to talk about something you are interested in doing but you haven't started yet. I used to, but not anymore. Use this expression to talk about something you did frequently in the past, but you don't do it now. A couple of different benefits are also mentioned in the dialogue. Here are some different answers to the question of why you enjoy your hobby. Because it's a great workout. That means it's good exercise. Because it's a great way to relieve stress. Because it helps me clear my mind. That means it helps you forget your worries and concerns. Because it helps me relax. Because I find it fascinating. Because it's fun, interesting, exciting, or other adjectives to describe your hobby. Because I can earn a little extra money on the side. You've finished Lesson 5. Today's speaking exercise is to tell me about your hobbies. Talk about some hobbies you had in the past, some hobbies you have currently, and one hobby you'd like to try.